Ramarao Garu to address this esteemed gathering.
Good evening. Andarki namaskaram. I know most of you are inconvenienced with the sun, so I won't keep it too long. But I just initially wanted to recognize and thank all of my team, which has been with me for the longest period, for about 8+ years now. Starting with my Principal Secretary, Shri Jayesh Ranjan Garu, my Special Secretary, Dr. Vishnuvardhan Reddy Garu, అదే విధంగా గౌరవనీయులైన మా వివిధ టీఎస్ఐఏసీ ఎండి గారు, అదేవిధంగా టీఎస్ఐఏసీ యొక్క సిఇఓ గారు, ఇంకా ఇతర సిబ్బంది, వారితో పాటు మా వివిధ రంగాల డైరెక్టర్లుగా పనిచేస్తున్న మిత్రులందరికీ, all the directors of various sectors, that we have set up, and also all the respected chairmen of various corporations, the TSIAC, TSTS, TS Handicrafts Corporation, Power Loom and Textile Corporation, the Handloom Corporation, అదే విధంగా మా టెక్స్టైల్ సెక్రటరీ శ్రీ బుద్ధ ప్రకాష్ గారు, ఇంకా చింతా ప్రభాకర్ గారు, అదేవిధంగా బొల్లం సంపత్ గారు, మౌలానా గారు, జగన్మోహన్ రావు గారు, గ్యాదరి బాలమల్లు గారు, గూడూరి ప్రవీణ్ గారు, పేరు పేరున అందరికీ, వివిధ ఇండస్ట్రీ బాడీస్ నుంచి కూడా, the representatives of various industry bodies here, the CII, CREDI, FTCCI, NASSCOM, HICIA, FICCI, and anybody else that I may have missed, Ramadevi garu, Elip, and the entire team, Kove, and all the other industry bodies, and to all my very, very respected colleagues and my team members. I thank one and all, because the numbers, the noise we make about how Telangana is doing so well in the last 9 years, none of this would have been possible just with one person or two people. I think it takes a team. It takes a team for all of us to put together tremendous amount of hard work. So I think my team here and there deserves a big round of applause from you guys. And more importantly, I think it also is imperative to understand that government by itself can at best be a good policy maker, can be a good enabler, but without the participation and encouragement of the industry bodies, we cannot achieve much. So I thank all the industry bodies which work with us, which help us in formulating policies, which help us in bringing in more business, which help us in understanding the real issues of the industry, and which also help us and continue to guide us in evolving as we grow. Thank you very much to one and all the industry bodies that I see here. I appreciate all of you participating. I appreciate all of you working with us over the last 9 years. But as Jayesh Ranjan said, I keep repeating this in every one of our internal meetings and in many of my public appearances as well. I think the story of Telangana has just begun. We have barely completed 9 years. We are entering the 10th year. I think the story has just started. What you've seen so far, Telugulo చెప్పాలంటే ఇప్పటిదాకా కనబడింది చూసింది కేవలం ట్రైలర్ మాత్రమే. ఇంకా సినిమా తెలంగాణది ఇంకా చాలా ముందుంది నిజంగా చెప్పాలంటే. ఎందుకంటే this is a rare state. This is a very unique state. Last couple of weeks ago, in fact last week or 10 days ago, we were on a tour of 2 countries, UK and US. So wherever we go, me, my team, we don't do any kind of other activities. అంటే రోజుకు 2 మీటింగ్లు చేసి మిగతా టైం అంతా సైట్ సీయింగ్ టూరిజం టైప్ బ్యాచ్ కాదు. మేము వెళ్తే పొద్దున్న నుంచి సాయంత్రం దాకా బ్యాక్ టు బ్యాక్ మీటింగ్స్. ఎన్ని మీటింగ్స్ చేయగలితే, ఎంతమందిని కలవగలితే, ఎంతమందికి తెలంగాణ గురించి చెప్పి ఎంతమందిని మన రాష్ట్రానికి అట్రాక్ట్ చేయగలిగితే అంత మంచిదన్న ఉద్దేశంతో ఉదయం బ్రేక్ఫాస్ట్ నుంచి మొదలు పెడితే రాత్రి డిన్నర్ మీటింగ్ దాకా మేము బ్యాక్ టు బ్యాక్ మీటింగ్లు పెట్టుకుంటాం. అయితే జనరల్గా ఏమవుతుందంటే వేరే దేశానికి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు, when we go to another country, typically it is the government of India, the Ministry of External Affairs, the Indian embassies, the Indian Consul General's offices there, they facilitate a lot of meetings for us. So I remember this feedback. In one of our, I don't remember where it was, maybe it was New York, maybe it was DC or in London, I don't remember. So we were having these back-to-back meetings, and there were these Government of India officials, Indian Foreign Service officers, who were part of these meetings. So one of them, in the little bit of a break we had for 15-20 minutes, he walks up to me. He says, "Sir, I've seen many delegations. We take care of a lot of delegations, Government of India delegations. Many state delegations come to us, many trade bodies come to us. But I've rarely seen a state with such passion, such commitment and such hunger. Why is this the case, you think," is what he asked. He said, why do you think this is the case? Why do you think Telangana, what makes Telangana special? So I only had one answer for him. I said, "Sir, we really had to fight hard for this state. We fought 14 years to make this dream a reality. We fought really hard. And this state has not just come about, overnight. It is fraught with struggle, with sacrifices, with hundreds of youngsters losing their lives. So we owe it to them. We owe it to the people of our state. We owe it to those who lost their lives, who gave their lives. And we owe it to them to prove that we are no less than anybody. In fact, we are probably far better than anybody else in India." So that is where you see the hunger, the passion, what drives us. Now, in case you're thinking, I'm indulging in hyperbole, let me tell you this. In 2014, I said Telangana is a special state. What makes us special? What makes us special is, in 2000, let me give you a quick before and after kind of a scenario. What was the situation before Telangana? What is it now in terms of numbers? Because I believe numbers speak for themselves, statistics speak for themselves. In 2014, the per capita income of Telangana, back then when the state was initiated, the state was formed, was exactly 1,12,000 rupees. As of March 31st this year, Telangana's per capita income is the highest in the country with 3,17,000 rupees. Now you can see the incremental growth from 1,12,000 to 3,17,000, highest for any state in the country. Let me also tell you the national average is only 1,70,000 rupees. So we are almost 80-85% above the national average. Let me also tell you, I think one of the speakers alluded to it, Anil Agarwal ji, I think it was. The GSDP, the gross state domestic product of the state of Telangana when it was formed, was 5,05,000 crores. As of March 31st, 2023, the gross state domestic product of Telangana is 13.27 lakh crore. Again, the fastest growing state in terms of GSDP size, in terms of GSDP growth rates. The third and most important thing from our perspective, yesterday we released the IT exports and IT employment numbers. What was a pleasant surprise for me, my entire team also, was the kind of growth we've experienced over the last 2 years. In Hyderabad, the first IT company, the first IT building came up in 1987. It was a building, I don't know, for those of you Hyderabadis who grew up here, you would recollect a building called Intergraph in Begumpet. When you come from Patni towards Somajiguda, you would see it on the left. It was a very distinct building. I was in school at that point in time, actually. I was in my 7th or 8th grade, so I also remember it. That was the first IT company that came in. So in 1987, when the story of Hyderabad and IT companies in Hyderabad started from zero. Then we came to 2014, when the new state of Telangana came into being. The total IT exports from Telangana in 2013-14 were 56,000 crores. And now, as of yesterday, the total IT exports in 2023 is at 241,000 crores, which is 2.41 lakh crores. The kind of growth we've had, a 4x growth, in technology, in startup, world, people talk in multiples. They talk about valuations in 4x, 10x, 12x. But in Telangana today, we can talk about our exports in multiples. We have grown from 56,000 crore to 2,40,000 crore. Not these numbers, it's just not these numbers that make it special. In Telugu, if I have to say it in one line, what is Telangana model? I'd say this. Telangana Abhiruddhi Namuna enti ante Samagra, Samikruta, Sammilita, Samatulya model, Telangana model. Ante enti English lo enti? Samagra, Samikruta, Sammilita, Samatulya model ante enti? Samagra ante holistic. Samikruta ante integrated. Sammilita ante inclusive. Samatulya ante balanced. Now that is the model of Telangana. Why do I say that? What makes me say that with such confidence? What makes me say that? What gives me that bragging right? Because we are a unique state. On the one hand, we have IT exports going through the roof, explosive IT growth. In fact, yesterday evening, I received a message from a press reporter saying, sir, these numbers sound too unbelievable. Have you validated them? I said, yes. STPI, NASSCOM, SEZ, these are all Government of India bodies. And you all know that Modi is not my best friend. And if I was lying, he would certainly have BJP fellows, shooting through the roof, shouting from the rooftop saying, these are all lies, right? So I said, yes, they've been vetted, they've been validated, and they have been completely scrutinized by the people who actually announce them every year. So as incredulous as it might sound, let me tell you, Telangana is less than 3% of India in terms of population. Telangana is less than 3% in terms of India's population. But when the National Panchayat Awards are announced, we receive 30% of the National Panchayat Awards. That's what makes Telangana special. When I say Samatulya, balanced model, this is a unique state where you have agri exports growing and IT exports also growing. Where you have rural development happening, winning 30% of the awards, and you also have urban development happening in the form of Patan Pragati, and we win the largest number of awards for a state in India. 26 awards in Swachh Sarvekshan for our municipalities, highest in terms of pro rata, in terms of population for any state in the country. That's what makes Telangana unique. We also have some very, very unique distinctions. The place where you are seated today, on 28th of June 2014, some of you might remember, some of you who may have attended that event may remember. In Taj Krishna, we had an event. Any of you who were there on that day, 2014? So all of you moved to Hyderabad recently, what's happening? So 2014, on the 28th of June, there was an event in Taj Krishna where I had said that we'll do everything and anything in our capacity to make sure that Hyderabad becomes the numero uno in terms of IT expansion, IT-enabled services, and IT growth in India. It took a lot of commitment, it took a lot of effort, it took a lot of support from my team and all of us. It took a lot of effort from all of us to make that happen. Today I stand here proudly. We had committed that day on 28th of June 2014, stating that we'll build India's largest technology incubator. I stand here proudly today. This is not just India's largest technology incubator, this is the world's largest technology incubator, the T-Hub. On to the left there, you would see India's largest prototyping facility called as the T-Works. Right behind you, you see Image, an innovation center in multimedia, animation, gaming and entertainment. What you see there is only 5 stories. You'll actually see 29 such structures come up. It will be one of a unique kind of building that will be here. And between all these three buildings, T-Works, T-Hub and Image, this will be the world's largest innovation campus. In about 18 acres, T-Hub itself is about 570,000 square foot of built-up space. T-Works is about 78,000 square foot of built-up space. Again, has the provision to add another 150,000 plus. And out here, what you see there is 1.6 million SFT. So between the three of them, you'd have about 2.3 million square foot of campus, which is 23 lakh square foot of campus, all focused on innovation. Now that is the kind of vision Telangana and our Honorable Chief Minister has. We do not merely benchmark. We do not merely compare ourselves to our colleagues in other states. We are benchmarking ourselves against the best in the business, best in the world. Therefore, what you see here is the world's largest incubator. Not only this, we just released a report of our textile department. Government of India woke up in 2020, or in fact 2023 I think, and they announced a new scheme called as Mitra, if I remember correctly. Mihir has to correct me. Mitra I think it's called, a textile park scheme. We launched India's largest textile park in 2017, and today it's up and running. We already have one unit which is functional. We have 8 factories to be inaugurated, I think in August to September, and we are breaking ground for another one, a Korean company called Youngwon, on the 17th of this month, which would again make it a very, very large park and by far the largest in India. Our goal even there in Kakatiya Mega Textile Park, which is India's largest textile park, has been to ensure an integrated approach, farm all the way to fashion, everything else in between, fabric and everything else in between. We are also home to the world's largest pharma city, pharma cluster, which is under construction. Lot of works are happening already. Lot of common infrastructure is getting built up in more than 14,000 acres. When unleashed, when completed, it would be the world's largest pharma cluster, 28 kilometers south of Hyderabad Airport, Hyderabad International Airport. Also, let me add and let me tell you, I'll narrate a very interesting story to you. So as you all know, because we just came out of COVID. During COVID, everybody became a doctor. I'm sure Anil Agarwal ji will agree with me. घर पे सभी लोग एडवाइस दे रहे थे, हर कोई डॉक्टर बन गया, हर कोई व्हाट्सएप पढ़ रहा था, हर कोई अपना अपना मन बता रहा था कि ये करो, ये खाओ, वो खाओ, ये पियो, कोविड नहीं आएगा, हर कोई डॉक्टर. तो हेल्थ केयर पे इतना ज्यादा आज फोकस है. What we realized is how Hyderabad's pharma industry and Hyderabad's vaccine industry has become a force to reckon with internationally, not nationally. When President Donald Trump had called Prime Minister Modi and asked him to send some paracetamol and also remdesivir, it was Hyderabad's pharma industry that came to the rescue of India, that came to the rescue of the United States as well. That is the inherent strength of that is the inherent strength of Telangana's pharma industry. Back in 2020, when my colleagues, Shakti, Jayesh, and all of us, we were formulating and mulling targets for the next 1 decade. In 2020, we said we'll announce a policy that by 2030, in the next 10 years, we'll become $100 billion life sciences ecosystem. Because 2020 we were at $50 billion. But Shakti and Jayesh come to me earlier this year in January. They said, sir, we have an interesting piece of news. I said, please, I'm always up for interesting news, please tell me. They said, we gave a commitment that it would be $100 billion by 2030, but we are already at 80 billion in 2023. So I think we'll cross this by 2025. So we'll have to revise our target. Now the new target we have set for ourselves for the life sciences ecosystem, life sciences industry in Hyderabad, in Telangana, is a $250 billion achievement by 2030. And I believe very strongly it's imminently doable. The reason why I believe in it is so strongly is, you can look back, you'll see a large building named Novartis. That is Novartis' second largest campus in the world. Novartis is a European company based out of Switzerland, Basel. That's their second largest campus in the world, where 9,000 people work. Now, we have been selling the Novartis story to every single life sciences company in the world, saying, if Novartis can indulge, I keep saying this and I can't say this enough. Hyderabad is that beautiful place and Telangana is that beautiful place, where north of India meets the south of India, where biology meets technology, where life sciences meets data sciences, where paratha meets dosa, where dhokla meets biryani, where mangoverse meets metaverse. So when I was narrating this story of Novartis and how they use data sciences in life sciences, how they use technology in biology and are indulging in digital drug discovery, clinical research online, and have employed a lot of biostatisticians and specialists in bioinformatics, and have been pitching and throwing this question at the biggest pharma companies of the world, saying if Novartis can do it, why can't you do it? We've already had a great success in the form of Bristol Myers Squibb. BMS has now come on board. They will be creating 3,000 jobs. Now a number of other companies that we are trying to attract to Hyderabad are also about to make decisions. That's why I'm confident that with our strengths in technology and biology, Hyderabad is ideally poised to get to that $250 billion valuation by 2030. And when we complete our Hyderabad Pharma City, and when we consolidate our strengths, if you ask me what are your strengths in life sciences, let me tell you. Many of you may not know this. The largest number of US FDA approved manufacturing facilities in any single province in the world are in Telangana. The second largest is New Jersey in the United States. We have 214 units which are US FDA approved. New Jersey has about 189. That makes Telangana special and unique. We have launched India's largest medical devices park in Sultanpur. I had the privilege and pleasure of inaugurating more than 20 companies so far in that park and 8 companies on a single day. Today, I'm proud to share with you, we are also home in the medical devices park to the world's largest stent manufacturing facility in a single location. Now that is Telangana for you, that is our strength. Why am I confident we'll get to that $250 billion number? Because if we play to our strengths, if we consolidate, and if we kind of point out and focus on the intersections of technology and all these other spheres of industry, we'll surely get there. We are not only home to India's largest medical devices park, we are also the vaccine capital of the world. Vaccine capital of not India, but the world. Whenever I travel to UK, Europe, wherever, US, I ask a question of the people sitting right across me. I ask them if they have taken a vaccine shot. When they say yes, of course most of them have taken it, I tell them there is a 1 in 3 chance, there is a 33% possibility that the vaccine shot you took could be made in my city Hyderabad, the state I come from, Telangana. 33% of the world vaccines today are made in Telangana. 9 billion doses, 900 crore doses are made in Telangana. Now, by next year, it will be 1400 crore doses that will be made in Telangana, making it 50% of the world production coming from one single province in India called as Telangana. We are the vaccine hub of the world. Now we have to consolidate and play to our strengths. Vaccines, medical devices, pharmaceuticals, biology, technology, and everything else in between. If we can consolidate all of these, I think we will truly achieve the $250 billion number. We also recently have launched Telangana Mobility Valley, and we've received a huge shot in the arm with Amar Raja Batteries setting up one of their largest investments, 9,500 crores of investment in lithium-ion cell manufacturing. I'm very, very confident that with one cluster in Zahirabad focusing on manufacturing, with a cluster in Divitipalli in Mehboob focusing on new energy and everything that goes into cells and batteries, and with another one in Vikharabad district, which will focus on innovation, research, development, and a bit of manufacturing as well. I think just as what Genome Valley has done for the life sciences industry, the Telangana Mobility Valley will do something equally incredible for Telangana in decades to come, in years to come. And I encourage all of you to start looking at more sustainable solutions in the mobility space as well. As I also mentioned, I think yesterday's IT report was explosive for the numbers. When we started our journey in 2014, the total number of employees in the technology sector in Hyderabad was 3,23,000. For those of you who are from the real estate industry should listen to this very carefully. 3,23,000 was the total number of employees in Hyderabad in the technology sector. Whereas of March 31st this year, when the numbers were released and the report that was released yesterday, the number rose from 3,23,000 now to 9,05,000 employees directly in technology sector. And please remember, every direct job in technology creates at least 4 indirect jobs. These are the guys who are buying homes. These are the guys who are buying you're leasing your commercial spaces. Where we are seated today in T-Hub and this entire area called Rai Durgam, let me remind you, I get a lot of Insta reels, I get a lot of Twitter reels and YouTube reels showcasing this part of Hyderabad and how beautiful it looks. Trust me, it wasn't the case in 2014. एक बार पीछे एक बार जाके देखो 2014 के satellite map देख लो. Today, as we sit here, about 40 million square foot of space has been built in just one Rai Durgam alone. That goes to show you the kind of investments that are coming in to the construction industry, to the home buying industry in Telangana. We continue to, it has become a norm for Telangana now. I have been watching, even my social media team is not making much noise of late. When Cushman Wakefield releases a report, when JLL releases a report, when Anarok releases a report, none of our guys seem to be surprised anymore. Each of the report that comes out says Hyderabad has topped the charts again. In terms of office space leasing or home buying, Hyderabad is ahead of other cities. Now why is this happening? It's happening because the industry is growing, the technology sector is growing, investments are pouring in, employment is getting created, people are buying homes, people are buying office spaces, investing in more and more valuable real estate. This will only happen for two simple reasons. When you have a stable government and able leadership. When that is the case, and of course law and order and peace, as was pointed out. When you have these three ingredients, and of course friendly policies to go with it, you'll have a wonderful city like Hyderabad, and of course great weather, and a bunch of other things that go with it. My humble request to all of you, today I stand here proudly as a Minister for Industries, Technology, as a representative of this government, as a citizen of this great state, as an Indian, feeling incredibly proud for the kind of achievements our state has made, for the kind of leaps our state has taken over the last several years, right here. We also have not neglected any sector. When I said integrated, inclusive, when I also said balanced and holistic, let me also share with you. While we were doing IT and industry and business, promotion, we did not neglect the rural areas. Today, we are the first state in India in 75 years to have completed a piped drinking water connection to each and every home, and inspired Government of India to launch what is called as Har Ghar Jal. After Mission Bhagirath became a success, Government of India took inspiration and has launched Har Ghar Jal. We're incredibly proud of that initiative. We're also incredibly proud when engineers from America come here, go to our project sites, visit the engineering marvel called as Kaleshwaram, and go back and invite us, saying you should come back and narrate this story to us at their conferences. We're incredibly proud because, we kept hearing about China ne ye kar diya, China ne 3 gorges dam bana diya, China ne ye project 100 दिन में खत्म किया. और जब एक अमेरिकन टीम आके यहाँ बुलाती है कि दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा लिफ्ट इरिगेशन प्रोजेक्ट हिंदुस्तान का सबसे छोटा रियासत ने बनाया, तो बहुत खुशी और फख्र महसूस होती है, बहुत नाज भी महसूस होता है, बहुत गर्व महसूस होता है. I feel incredibly proud, incredibly satisfied to present the story of the world's largest lift irrigation project on the platform, on a global platform in the United States. Kaleshwaram is something that you ought to see to believe. Lifting water from 82 meters above sea level all the way to 618 meters. Lifting a river literally. That's why Discovery Channel called it Lifting a River. They launched a documentary. For those of you who have not seen it, please Google, please YouTube, you'll find that. We are also the state that has also done exceedingly well, because we rejuvenated our lakes and tanks. We have done exceedingly well in fisheries. We are number 1 today in inland fisheries. We are also number 1 state in India in per capita power utilization. We are also number 1 in the number of beds per 100,000 population in India. Our healthcare systems have also improved drastically. Our infant mortality rate has come down. Our maternal mortality rate has come down. And all the health indicators that show you that the Telangana state is headed in the right direction. We also have the largest number of residential schools, Gurukul schools, for any state in the country. We are number 1 on that parameter as well. We are also number 1. Yesterday was World Environment Day. We are number 1 in the country in terms of increase in green cover, 7.7% increase, and that added another 513,000 acres, 5,13,000 acres of forest to this brilliant state. So today, when I stand here, when I talk about all the achievements of the state of Telangana, and when I hear my opponents questioning me, कि आपने क्या कर लिया, क्यों सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हो, मैं आप सभी लोगों से बोलना चाहता हूं, अभी तक मैंने जो बोला, अभी तक मैंने आपको जो सुनाया, నేనేదైతే మీకు చెప్పానో, ఇటు గ్రీనరీలో బాగున్నాము, పర్యావరణంలో బాగున్నాము, అటు పరిశ్రమలో బాగున్నాము, ఇటు ఐటీ ఎగుమతుల్లో దూసుకొని పోతున్నాము, అటు వ్యవసాయ ఉత్పత్తుల్లో వ్యవసాయ ఎగుమతుల్లో దూసుకొని పోతున్నాము, ఇటు పల్లె ప్రగతిలో అవార్డులు పొందుతున్నాము కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వంతో, అటు పట్టణ ప్రగతిలో అవార్డులు పొందుతున్నాము, ఇటు సంక్షేమంలో పేదవాడిని కడుపులో పెట్టుకొని చూసుకుంటున్నాము, దళితుడైనా ధనికుడైనా ఒకటేలాగా చూసుకుంటున్నాం, అటు అభివృద్ధిలో ఎక్కడా లోటు లేకుండా ఎవరైనా రజనీకాంత్ లాంటి వాళ్ళు కూడా హైదరాబాద్కి వస్తే ఇది ఇండియానా న్యూయార్క్ అనే స్థాయికి చేరుకున్నాము అనే మాట ఈ సందర్భంగా నేను మీకు విజ్ఞప్తి చేస్తా ఉన్నాను. నేను మిమ్మల్ని అందరినీ కోరేది ఒకటే, మీరు ఏ రాజకీయ పార్టీకో ప్రభుత్వానికో వత్తాసు పలకాల్సిన అవసరం కానీ బాకాలు ఊదాల్సిన అవసరం కానీ లేదు. ఒక్కసారి గుండె మీద చేసుకొని 2014లో పరిస్థితి ఏంటి, ఈరోజు ఏ పరిస్థితి ఏంటి అని మీరు ఆలోచించుకొని ఆత్మవిమర్శ చేసుకొని మీ చుట్టూ ఉన్న 10 మందికి చెప్తే చాలు. అంతకంటే ఎక్కువ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం ఏం లేదు. 2014లో కరెంటు పరిస్థితి ఏంటి, 2014లో నీళ్ల పరిస్థితి ఏంటి, 2014లో ఇండస్ట్రీ పరిస్థితి ఏంటి, ఇప్పుడే మీరే విన్నారు. కరెంటు కోసం పోరాటాలు చేసే పరిస్థితుల్లో పారిశ్రామికవేత్తలు ఆనాడు ఉన్నారు. ఈరోజు ఆ పరిస్థితి ఉందా? ఈరోజు నేను ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళినా గర్వంగా చెప్తుంటాను, అమెజాన్స్ వరల్డ్స్ లార్జెస్ట్ క్యాంపస్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఇన్ ద US. ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ ఇండియా, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ హైదరాబాద్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ తెలంగాణ. గర్వంగా చెప్తా ఉంటాను నేను. ద సెకండ్ లార్జెస్ట్ క్యాంపసెస్ ఆఫ్ గూగుల్, మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్, మెటా, యాపిల్, ఊబర్, సేల్స్ఫోర్స్, మైక్రాన్, క్వాల్కామ్, ServiceNow, Novartis, State Street, the list goes on. It's a long list. All of them are in Telangana, are in Hyderabad. ఇవి చిన్న అచీవ్మెంట్సా? ఇవి ఊరికనే అల్లాటప్ప డైలాగులు కొడితే వచ్చే కంపెనీలా? కాకమ్మ కబుర్లు పిట్టకథలు చెప్తే వస్తాయా కంపెనీలు? ఎక్కడో కూర్చొని 4 పిచ్చరుపులు అరిస్తే వస్తాయా? దాని వెనకాల ఎంత పరిశ్రమ ఉంటుంది, దాని వెనకాల ఎంత కష్టం ఉంటుంది. ఒక సేల్స్ కాల్ క్లోజ్ చేయాలి అంటే, ఒక ఇన్వెస్టర్ని ఆకర్షించాలి అంటే, వాళ్ళు ఎందుకు వీళ్ళందరూ గుజరాత్కి పోలేదు? ఇవే కంపెనీలు, ప్రధానమంత్రే గుజరాత్, ఆయన ప్రపంచమే గుజరాత్, అక్కడికి ఎందుకు పోవట్లేదు? మరి ఇక్కడికి ఎందుకు వస్తున్నారు? అదే బాంబే ఉంది, చెన్నై ఉంది, మనకంటే పెద్ద నగరాలు, కోల్కతా ఉంది, ఢిల్లీ ఉంది, మనకంటే పెద్ద నగరాలు, ఈక్వలీ అట్రాక్టివ్ సిటీస్ బెంగళూరు అండ్ పూణే. వై హ్యావెన్ దే గాన్ దేర్? ఒకటే దేశం ఇదంతా, మరి అట్లాంటప్పుడు ఎందుకు జరగలేదు? సో వీ నీడ్ టు థింక్. వెన్ సంబడీ సేస్ వాట్ హ్యావ్ యూ అచీవ్డ్, ఇట్ పెయిన్స్ ఇస్ అ బిట్, ఇట్ పించెస్. వాట్ హ్యావ్ యూ అచీవ్డ్ అంటే కళ్ళుండి చూడలేకపోతే ఏం చెప్పాలి? ఇవి నేను చెప్పినవి కొన్నే. ఇంకా ఐ కెన్, మై టీమ్ హెస్ గివెన్ మీ దిస్ బిగ్ స్పీచ్. ఇది నేను చదివితే మీరు అందరూ పారిపోతారని చదవలేదు. దెర్ ఇస్ సో మెనీ థింగ్స్ ఐ కెన్ టెల్ యూ, దెర్ ఇస్ సో మెనీ థింగ్స్, సో మెనీ ఇనిషియేటివ్స్ ఐ కెన్ టాక్ అబౌట్. ఐ హ్యావ్ నాట్ gone into the written speech because there are so many achievements. My humble request to all of you, ఒక్క మాటలో చెప్పాలి అంటే, today if the rest of India performed as well as Telangana did, the rest of the country performed as well as Telangana did, we would have already been a 5 trillion economy by now. That is, if I have to sum up everything, the incredible story of Telangana. And that is why I'm proud to represent this state. I'm proud to be the minister in this government. I'm proud to work under a leader who wears his heart on his sleeve and who actually guides us day in, day out, and passionately drives all of us for improvement in pursuit of excellence. And I sincerely applaud my entire team. Endukante any leader is only as good as his or her team. And I sincerely applaud my entire team. Most of the guys who work with me, but for Jayesh Ranjan and Dr. Reddy, because these two guys are civil servants and they're all India service officers. But most of other guys who work with me in my team, if they were to work in the private sector, they would be making at least 10 times what they are making in the government today. They'd be making 10 times. I'm not even joking. ఎందుకంటే వీళ్ళందరూ ఐఐటీలో, ఐఐఎంలో, ఎన్ఐటీలో చదువుకున్న పిల్లలు, ప్రైవేట్ సెక్టర్ నుంచి వచ్చి పనిచేస్తున్న పిల్లలు. వాళ్ళు బయటికి పోతే, వాళ్ళు పనిచేస్తే, ఏ గూగుల్లోనో అమెజాన్లోనో పనిచేస్తే గవర్నమెంట్లో మేము ఇచ్చే జీతం కంటే 10 రెట్లు ఎక్కువ జీతం ఇస్తారు. కానీ ఒక ప్యాషన్తో, ఒక డిటర్మినేషన్తో గవర్నమెంట్కి, ఈ దేశానికి కాంట్రిబ్యూట్ చేయాలని పనిచేస్తున్న నా టీం ఏదైతే ఉందో వారందరికీ, అదే వారితో పాటు మా జయేష్ రంజన్ గారు కూడా ప్రైవేట్ సెక్టర్లో ఉంటే చాలా బాగా చేసేవారు, ఆయనకు కూడా, అదేవిధంగా మా విష్ణు గారికి, ఇంకా పేరు పేరున అందరికీ, ఇక్కడ ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో పాల్పంచుకున్న అందరికీ కూడా పేరు పేరున హృదయపూర్వకంగా మీ అందరికీ ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తూ, I sincerely thank all of you for joining us, and I sincerely hope that this partnership will continue, and I sincerely hope that we will not leave this fine model that we have latched on to. We'll continue to grow and become partners in future as well. Thank you. Jai Telangana, Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. We request